What is going on, everybody? I am back today to talk about a new release film that came out directly on HBO Max. And I was looking forward to watching this film mostly because it stars Sydney Sweeney, who most people know from the popular HBO TV show Euphoria, but she's been in quite a few films that I've reviewed on this channel over the past year or so, and I've actually really enjoyed her performance. I feel like no matter what the material is, she really gives it her all, no matter what types of movies that she's in. And so I was really excited to watch this movie. Really had no idea what it was about, didn't look into it beforehand other than that the lead character's name was Reality Winner and that it was based off of a true story. Didn't look into what the true story was about because I really didn't want to be informed beforehand, just to kind of experience it. And so the movie I'm going to be discussing today is Reality. Reality is directed by Tina Satter. On June 3rd, 2017, 25-year-old Reality Winner returns from running errands to find two FBI agents at her home in Augusta, Georgia. An Air Force veteran and yoga instructor, Winner spends the next 2 hours being questioned about her work as an intelligence contractor, specifically whether she leaked a classified document about Russian interference in the 2016 US election. So as I said, didn't really look into anything, didn't even read a plot description about this other than I saw what Sydney Sweeney's character's name was, and I really enjoyed this film. It's a really interesting movie to talk about because it's a film based on a real life experience. So they're trying to, I believe they took transcripts of the conversation that Reality had with the FBI investigators that show up in her house. It's attempted to be filmed essentially in real time, not really in a one-take sequence, but it's filmed in a way that makes you very uncomfortable. And if you are unfamiliar with what the story of Reality Winner is about, it really kind of creates this anxiety in you as a viewer, because as the description states, the beginning of the film is Reality pulls into her house after coming home from the grocery store, and these FBI agents approach her, and as they're having a conversation, you slowly see more cars pull up. They start putting tape around her house. They ask her to escort her pets outside and to get them tied up outside. She's really concerned about both her dog and her cat, and you don't really get any information whatsoever as to what is going on. The only indication of her job that we get at the beginning of the film is she's at her desk and you see Fox News playing in the background. That's all the information that you're given at the beginning of the movie. And so as the film continues on, the officers start to give a little bit more information as to what's going on. You even get redacted bits from the conversation that have been removed from the original transcripts, where it does this like blip out, erase the character effect where there's no dialogue, which I thought was a really cool visual representation of that. And the entire film, because it is based on something in real life, and because it's something that you can just type in on Google and research everything that happened on your own, it's really all about creating atmosphere. And what I do really credit the director with in this film is creating a really great uncomfortable atmosphere, because at the beginning, when it's the two FBI agents, you don't really know the validity of whether or not they are who they say they are. And I think that creates a really nice level of tension because of the way that they deliver the dialogue and how uncomfortable the dialogue is in this movie when they're delivering it to Reality. And you can tell that they're not really sure how to handle the situation 100%. It's very different than things I'm assuming that they handle all the time. She is very casual about the whole situation. Sydney Sweeney gives a fantastic performance, really dedicated in this, very different than what I've seen her do before in her career. I was really impressed with the performance that she gave in this film, and I think because of her commitment to the performance, that it makes the film really engaging. I don't think this movie is going to have a lot of rewatchability value. I feel like it's one of those one and done movies. You're going to enjoy it while you watch it, and obviously researching more into this story is really fascinating because it starts to get into tampering in the 2016 election when Trump was elected president, and it's really fascinating when you research it online, and that this was a person who was fed up with, after he got elected, and the way that he was acting, essentially him being a giant buffoon and making a mockery of the entire country, and being in a government job, it was driving her nuts. And when she found this information, she felt like it needed to be given to the public, and I thought that was really interesting because you know, when you work for the government, you see yourself as a public servant. At least most people, I think, who get jobs in the government are trying to do something good if you're in it for the right reasons and you're not just in it to attack marginalized groups of people and make life harder for people for no reason. But when you're watching this, you see a person who was in the Air Force. They wanted to do go out on missions for the Air Force. There wasn't anything available for them, so they took a job as a translator. They're not really doing what they want in their life for the government. And so because of that, they're in a place where they even talk about how every single day they're shown Fox News and that they don't want to watch Fox News, but that their work puts that on every single day. And it's essentially was just driving them insane. And I thought that was really fascinating because I think for a lot of us in this country, watching how insane the right wing has gotten over the years and just how little it is about politics and how much more it is about attacking groups of people, and it's become a very cult-like mentality that the followers of Trump are essentially just lunatic cult members. When Trump got indicted recently and these people are like, well, what if they came for Joe Biden? What if they came... Good. If they've done something wrong, prosecute them. Give them their due diligence. They don't realize that people on the left are much more level-headed, and they're like, yeah, if someone has broken the law, they should be tried and convicted if they've broken the law. And those people are on such a cult-like mentality to where if a person is in that government job and they're seeing that on a day-to-day basis, it would probably drive them nuts, and then they see something that could possibly help shift things more to a balance. I thought that was a really interesting thing psychologically, which made me even more invested in the movie. And I do think, you know, it's paced pretty well. There are some moments in it that get relatively repetitive, and that it's difficult to just take a transcript and turn it into a live action film. But I think they did the best they possibly could with this one, and I really enjoyed myself watching it. So have you seen Reality? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was really well done for what it is. I don't think there's a lot of rewatchability factor in it, but I think if you're looking for an interesting political movie that has some anxiety-inducing pacing and some really great performances, you'll enjoy this one a lot. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.